Bittersweet relief. Women, children and the elderly handed over by Hamas, but dozens more remain captive. Off course, a cruise ship bound for New Zealand is forced to turn back. Why Tasmania is set to benefit. A huge shake-up at the Reserve Bank as Canberra cracks the whip on interest rates. The sad salvage as a former fighter jet is brought back to the surface nearly a week after plunging into Port Phillip Bay. Climate protesters blockade the nation's biggest coal port. And the surprising way retirees may be able to delay the need for aged care.
Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Michael Maney begins now.
Good evening. Israel and Hamas have completed their first successful prisoner swap as the fragile ceasefire in Gaza creeps into a second day. 24 hostages have been set free, including 13 Israeli women and children, the youngest just 2.
49 days and nights of hell, mostly underground, finally ended in the arms of the Red Cross. One by one, they're handed over by Hamas soldiers as promised. This one keeps an arm around 9-year-old Ohad, who had a birthday at gunpoint. His mother, Karen, and grandmother, Ruti, are close by, but not Ruti's husband. He's still being held captive. 85-year-old Holocaust survivor Yafar Adar is carried, too frail to walk. 78-year-old Margalit Moses giving a reassuring wave. They're alive. But there's nothing to celebrate here. Relief is the best they can manage. Even free, these women and children have lost so much.
It's only a start, but so far it's gone well.
Driven across the border into Egypt for medical checks, you can see a mother and daughter. They appear healthy, but their deepest scars may never be visible. From here, helicopters flew them back into Israel and home. As every tense moment unfolded, their faces appeared in what's become known as Hostage Square in Tel Aviv, where families hugged and sang, knowing their agonising wait goes on.
I'm happy for the families and sad for myself that I cannot hug my son now.
In exchange, 39 Palestinian women and teenagers have been freed from Israeli prisons and delivered to the West Bank. The mood there, but the relief is shared. 150 could be freed by Monday. In Gaza, the ceasefire has meant many Palestinians can return to their homes too, if anything's left.
Sad and no house to me.
More often than not, there's nothing.
I lost all my studies, all my efforts, gone for nothing. I lost my home. God help me.
More aid trucks are also on the move, hundreds of them. 75,000 litres of fuel have already been delivered. And in the days ahead, more hostages should follow this path home, a small mercy in a region still gripped by misery. In London, Ashley Mullaney, 7 News.
Thousands of furious cruise passengers are headed for Hobart after a cruise ship was forced to divert away from international waters. Some passengers told 7 Tasmania News it's thrown their holiday plans up in the air, while the tourism industry says it could be a positive.
A dream holiday turned into a living nightmare.
One of the passengers were breaking down.
Yeah, he was in tears. The Pacific Adventure by P&O Cruises set sail for New Zealand on Monday from Sydney. Rough weather hitting just 5 days into the voyage, causing major difficulties. Hull cleaning was too dangerous for divers, meaning the ship didn't pass the Kiwi's strict border security requirements. Many passengers taking to social media voicing their frustrations, some sharing their experience with 7 Tasmania News.
We're stuck in our cabin pretty much for 9 days doing nothing. There's nothing to do.
Others told us they were on their way to weddings, events and celebrating anniversaries. Some, even Hobart locals, reluctant to return back home to their own backyard so soon.
you know, you paid for an international cruise, but we're going back to Australia.
P&O says guests were informed there could be significant changes to the itinerary and have been offered onboard credit and future discounts, while there's in-person support on board. As the weather begins to improve, local traders are already preparing for the influx of cruise customers, putting extra staff on the roster, while the tourism industry says it's excited about the influx.
That Hobart nationally has the best welcome of any port in the entire country.
The ship will also head to Port Arthur and Eden and is expected to dock in Hobart on Tuesday and Wednesday.
It's a desired destination, whether that be for cruise ship passengers or for visitors that come in by air. Our brand is strong, demand is strong for Tasmania, so we're going to capitalise on this and make sure they have the best time.
But no doubt, still not the Pacific adventure many had planned. Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
The Federal Treasurer will next week begin what will be a massive overhaul of the Reserve Bank. A new board will be assigned to set interest rates as the government promises to bring down inflation.
13 interest rate rises in 18 months. The fast and furious mission to bring down inflation continues.
You can't rule out one more hike. I think if it does come, it's probably going to be earlier next year rather than in December.
The process of how that'll happen will soon change. From February, a new board with outside experts will convene 8 times a year to set interest rates, down from 11 today. And the meetings will run longer, over 2 days. The Governor will also hold a news conference after every decision to explain it.
Overall, the changes will be positive, but I would prefer to see accountability remain fully within the Reserve Bank.
The government will announce who's on that board soon and introduce the necessary laws next week with a focus on bringing down the cost of living.
Fighting inflation is absolutely the priority of the Albanese government.
But the government is at odds with the Reserve Bank as to what's causing that inflation. On Wednesday, Michelle Bullock said it was homegrown.
Hairdressers, dentists, dining out, sporting and other recreational activities.
The Assistant Treasurer says it's overseas factors.
You ask any household, you ask where their big lumpy bills are, it's energy, it's petrol.
Despite this, the federal government won't move to cut fuel taxes, which will drive down petrol prices.
Those Bowser prices can jump around from 5 to 10 cents a litre over the course of a month.
More pain at the pump over Christmas. Jennifer Beshwati, 7 News.
Hundreds of truckies have converged on the nation's capital, calling for more safety on our roads. Since Wednesday, 8 people, including 3 truck drivers, died in heavy vehicle crashes across the country.
When transport operators are squeezed, transport workers and the people they interface with on our roads die.
Unions want new laws to establish fair and safe standards in transport. The record overseas migration that's contributed to the housing crisis could soon be coming to an end. The number of foreign visa holders is expected to decline next year. Temporary migration hit historic highs of almost 500,000 over the past 12 months.
Student numbers are going to start to come off over the coming years. Over the coming months. That's just the natural working out of what we've been through and the tail effect of the shutdowns and the closure of our borders through the COVID period.
New migration laws will be introduced into federal parliament in the coming days. A former military jet has been recovered almost a week after it plunged into Port Phillip Bay with 2 people on board. The plane will now undergo extensive testing to figure out what caused it to crash.
7 kilometres from shore, a complex operation to recover a 4-metre wide, nearly 2-tonne body of the ex-military jet. The Marquette went down 6 days ago with cameraman James Rose and veteran pilot Stephen Gale on board. The wreckage was found 22 metres below the surface near Mount Martha, but it took a team of specialised agencies almost a week to recover what's left.
Complexities of that operation are the depth of the water, so it's 22 metres deep. It's made it quite murky.
Today, a crane took an hour to raise the plane from the bottom of the bay.
It's obviously a pretty tricky situation there where we've got the wreckage of the aircraft some distance below the surface of the water and it's quite heavy and it'll take quite a lot of equipment to be able to do that safely and securely.
James Rose and Stephen Gale were flying in formation with another former fighter jet. They were filming for a new TV series called Any Fool Can Fly. But 7 News has been told one theory investigators are probing is whether the surviving plane had been flying upside down seconds before colliding mid-air.
They were flying in tandem, they were performing manoeuvres together, and they clearly got too close. The initial evidence is that the two wings collided.
These aircraft could travel many hundreds of kilometres per hour.
The other Marchetti made it back safely to Essendon Airport.
I'm anticipating Viper 2 in the water. We can see a splash mark. I'm not sure what's going on down there.
Police say the recovered wreckage will now be searched for any remaining evidence to shed light on what led to the disaster.
James had a number of GoPros in the aircraft that he was using to film a documentary, and those GoPros we're trying to search for right now to use the evidence to help determine what caused this accident.
Cassie Zervos, 7 News.
Thousands of climate protesters have descended on Australia's largest coal port in what they're calling one of the biggest acts of civil disobedience in history. They've taken to the water off Newcastle to prevent coal ships from leaving and call for an end to fossil fuel production.
A shipping channel for coal tankers blocked by a flotilla of much smaller and makeshift vessels.
Unless there is a mass movement of ordinary people like me, the future that we're looking at is short and bleak.
Existential dread is real. They make movies about it now.
Thousands of people on the water and in the climate movement camp beside it.
We're at kind of the edge of the cliff. In fact, we're not even at the cliff, we're falling. We're starting to free fall.
Demanding the government increase taxes on coal exports, putting the money towards green energy.
Projects like offshore wind, like new solar farms, are a priority at the moment.
And blocking new fossil fuel projects.
Stop pretending to take climate action while you're opening new coal and gas mines.
Backed by kids concerned about their future.
All they care about is the money. I'm worried I won't be healthy because of the air.
Even miners chasing transparency.
Simply want politicians to be honest with mine workers. That's the best thing that can happen so that they themselves can plan their lives.
While police are keeping a close eye on this action, they have given approval to this 2-day blockade so long as they don't block this channel for more than the agreed upon 30 hours. The minerals sector says this won't affect coal demand but will impact the state's economy.
We have a role to play in the transition. We understand that. Coal is the state's most valuable export commodity.
It's not really an excuse to bury your head in the sand anymore and be ignorant about it.
Tom Hartley, 7 News.
He's the Paralympic champion, once known as the Blade Runner, locked up for murdering his girlfriend. Now, after 10 years behind bars, Oscar Pistorius is about to be released, much to the disgust of his victim's family.
A Paralympian sprinting sensation, a celebrated red carpet relationship, a convicted killer. South Africa's Oscar Pistorius now looks to move beyond it all. On January 5th, he'll be set free.
Mr. Pistorius will be monitored by our officials.
Valentine's Day 2013, Pistorius fires his 9mm pistol 4 times through a locked bathroom door, killing girlfriend and model Reeva Steenkamp, the athlete insisting he mistook the 29-year-old for an intruder. Not according to June Steenkamp. A decade on, she still believes Pistorius murdered her daughter in a fit of rage. Today, a family spokesman read her statement.
My dearest child screamed for her life, loud enough for the neighbours to hear.
His legs amputated as a baby, by 17 Oscar Pistorius was sprinting to Paralympic gold, nicknamed for his carbon fibre prosthetics the Blade Runner. Now 37, he served more than half a 15-year murder sentence. His parole, an issue for South Africans.
I feel it's too early and it's wrong.
An issue too for Reeva Steenkamp's family.
If someone does not show remorse, they cannot be considered to be rehabilitated.
Tim Lester, 7 News.
Retirement villages could be the key to helping alleviate Tasmania's housing crisis, providing dedicated spaces and assistance services. A new report also finding those living in retirement villages also led happier, healthier lives.
88-year-old John Doherty moved into this retirement home more than a decade ago. He says he doesn't regret it.
The people who live there, they are wonderful. We have a great community spirit.
A new report by the Retirement Living Council has found benefits in tight housing markets, such as Tasmania, if more people like John move into retirement living sooner. A potential 18% reduction to the national housing shortage.
It's now very clear that retirement living is a secret weapon when it comes to injecting more housing supply into the market around Australia.
The average entry fee for a two-bedroom retirement unit in Tasmania is a third lower than the median house price. But many retirees have reservations about moving out.
They find it difficult to come to grips with the fact that they have to move sometime. Sooner is better than later.
It also found choosing community living over aged care comes with huge health benefits. Residents were 20% less likely to be hospitalised, 15% more active, significantly happier, more social and less lonely.
What these communities do is they result in fewer GP visits, they result in shorter hospital stays, but importantly it results in delayed entry into residential aged care.
With our population of over 75 set to explode in the coming decades, it's an issue which won't be going away anytime soon. Mark Zeta, 7 Tasmania News.
It's a restaurant favourite, but it's often tough to tell where our seafood comes from. After the break, the strict new rules to help avoid fishy business. Also ahead, a warning on the dangers of a popular Christmas gift. And an Australian NBA star under investigation over underage sex claims.
Day 5, another textbook example of defence.
Breaking bats.
What sort of shot is that?
And bucket hats.
Oh, have a look at him.
The Big Bash on 7.
Oh my goodness.
It's just not cricket.
Black November at Nick Scarley ends Sunday. Up to 30, 40, 50% off all floor stock and discontinued lines. Black November ends Sunday at Nick Scarley.
With 2 motors, 1 petrol and 1 electric, you can drive every day on electric using petrol for longer trips. The MG HS Plus EV, the easy way to EV.
When big tech controls your TV, you pay the price. They're putting paid content first, while making your free news, sport and entertainment harder to find. Find your free at freeforeveryone.com.au.
With Prestige Plus, TasPlates have expanded from 6 characters to 7. Head to tasplates.com today.
Harvey Norman Black Friday sale. Save $300 on the Dyson Purifier Cool Tower Fan. Save $200 on the Hisense Pure Flat Black Steel Fridge with Water Dispenser. Save over $1,500 on this LG 65-inch OLED Evo TV. Hurry, deals end Monday.
Reclaim your sense of amazing with Sleepy's this Black Friday. Discover Australian-made mattresses that suit your needs, all at amazing prices. Don't miss out. Visit Sleepy's today.
Whether it's the happy way or the stacky way, the weekday way or the your day way, however you enjoy it, life's a little more delicious than a Telaway.
The Drop Everything Black Friday sale is on now at Amart. Save big with up to 60% off absolutely everything store-wide. Yes, everything. And Sunday. Stores are open late, so drop everything and hurry into Amart.
Get ready for summer at Global Poly Water Tanks. The new build deal. 14,700 litre tank with 4-tap pump for just $28.25. Get ready for summer.
Yodel for a Global today.
Go on. It's time to celebrate. Adelaide Exchange has a unique selection of stunning jewellery, and no one has a greater range. No one. Adelaide Exchange Jewellers. You won't buy better.
There is still magic wherever you are.
Cherish those golden to us this Christmas. Fragrant hazelnuts, smooth velvety chocolate. Say it with gold. Ferrero Rocher.
Race into Autobahn's 2-day sale for 20% off everything store-wide. Save even more on roof racks and accessories with 25% off Rhino Rack and 25% off Yakima. This Friday and Saturday only at Autobahn.
Brand new escapes in the brand new season.
Again, wow.
New Escape to the Country. Friday 8:30 on 7/2 and 7+.
Clarence Mayor Brendan Blomley has missed out on pre-selection for the next federal election. He had reportedly thrown his hat in the ring to run in the Senate for the Liberal Party. However, current Senators Claire Chandler and Richard Colbeck, along with Jackie Martin, were selected by party members at a meeting today. The federal election is to be held early in 2025. A rubbish fire has seen large amounts of smoke billowing into the air last night at Devonport. It happened at the Diverted Waste Management Transfer Station, affecting nearby Railton Road and the immediate surrounding area. Authorities say there was no threat to the community. Seafood lovers will notice a change when they order a plate of fish and chips, with the new labelling rules about to come into effect. For the first time, cafes, restaurants and even takeaway shops will need to tell customers where the catch is from.
At the Boat Shed restaurant, it's all about the seafood. Wow. Thank you. And where it's from.
People come in and they will ask, is that oyster from this particular farm? Or is this fish wild caught? It's a major selling point.
But not compulsory.
Consumers in a restaurant setting don't have the right to know at this stage where that seafood comes from.
Now the federal, state and territory governments have all agreed new labelling laws will require all eateries to make clear on their menus if the seafood for each dish has been imported, is Australian or a mix of both.
Well, if they want to buy Australian, that they'll know that what's on the label is exactly what they're getting.
With the local seafood industry
absolutely elated. It has been 15 years of campaigning.
It's worth more than $3.5 billion, but 62% of the seafood we eat comes from overseas, mostly from Southeast Asia, New Zealand and Norway. But the Restaurant and Caterers Association is against the labelling laws.
It's because it adds substantial cost and complexity to restaurateurs.
Especially, he argues, for smaller businesses and dishes with mixed seafood that may change with the season.
And we don't want to have the perception that non-Australian seafood is of a lesser quality.
The precise rules will now be worked out to be introduced in 2025. The government says to give business time to adjust. After that, get caught misleading customers, and it could mean fines in the thousands of dollars.
Paul Kadak, 7 News.
Overseas now, and a former police officer convicted of murdering George Floyd has been stabbed in prison. Derek Chauvin was attacked by another inmate and seriously injured at a medium security facility in Arizona. Prison officials say life-saving measures were performed before Chauvin was taken to hospital. He's serving 22 years for the deadly 2020 attack, which sparked global outrage. Firefighters fear they'll see a spike in battery-related house fires this summer, with cheap devices tipped to be popular presents at Christmas. Crews have already turned out to more battery blazes this year than ever before.
They drive the devices of daily modern life, but when lithium batteries go bad, property and lives can be lost.
We want to make a specific effort to raise the awareness of the community. It's too easy for these products to go wrong.
And they're going wrong more often. These types of fires spread quickly and are difficult to put out.
You can see the remnants of the battery spread out around the floor.
The technology is everywhere, inside our mobiles, laptops, power tools and toys. E-bikes and e-scooters are often the biggest culprits.
Especially as we approach the Christmas period. We know that people will be looking for bargains, but we remind you, please be extra careful. Buy products from reputable companies. Make sure that you get the products checked.
Firefighters say there are some basic things you can do to prevent battery fires from taking hold in your home, including not leaving devices charging unattended or overnight, and not storing them in bedrooms or the main parts of your home.
Use the designated chargers that go with the battery or came with the battery, and don't overcharge the products.
Simple tips that could save a lot of heartache. Andrew Denny, 7 News.
An Australian sports star is under investigation tonight over the allegations of an inappropriate relationship with an underage girl. NBA player Josh Giddey, who grew up in Melbourne, was confronted about the claims at training.
Basketballer Josh Giddey, in these now deleted videos on social media,
right at the front of the club, me and my girl, about to head back to mine,
is seen with a female companion. A Snapchat photo and its caption suggests they've been intimate, but the posts have created controversy. US media reports the NBA is looking into allegations of Josh Giddey having an inappropriate relationship with a minor. The 21-year-old was asked about the allegations.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the question, obviously, but there's no further comment right now.
A follow-up question swatted away just as quickly.
I get the question, guys, and I completely understand you guys want to know about it, but just for right now, I don't have anything to say.
A partner at a major law firm here says the investigation has a long way to go.
There's so many factors in this case that we just don't know about. We haven't even heard Josh Giddey's side of the story. What state was it in? How old was the young girl in question? So many questions, not many answers.
The age of consent in Oklahoma is 16. Giddey plays for Oklahoma City Thunder. He's one of Australia's brightest sports stars, pick number 6 in the NBA draft. His base salary, $6.5 million US. That's almost 10 million Australian. But he's likely to be one of our highest paid sports stars when his rookie contract is upgraded. His next could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. If the allegations are not correct, Giddey's options to sue could be limited.
No doubt he'll be pretty angry about it, but the laws in the US don't really allow him to sue. He's a public figure and they have a constitutional right to free speech. So I think he'll just have to put up with it.
Blake Johnson, 7 News.
Drivers have braved the wet weather to take to the track for the state karting championships. More than 100 racers from across the country are being put through their paces, with some looking to take their career to the next level.
Burning rubber in a bid to be crowned champion of Tasmania.
This is our big dance, so this is the show day.
It's a great event, so state titles, and thought we'd come here and support the local club, and there's a lot of good competition that's come here this year.
The state titles bringing drivers from across Australia to southern Tasmania for 3 days of high-octane racing. Famous for producing some of the world's best drivers, more than 140 competitors of all ages and abilities are taking part in the category.
Just down here to just see some stuff and just come into different tracks.
You start off at a Cadet 9, so anything from 7 years old upwards, and then they move right up to the ranks. I think our oldest driver's 72.
The weather throwing a spanner in the works, with persistent rain causing chaos. Drivers and their teams worked overtime in the pits in a bid to keep their karts and tactics on track.
We're struggling with a bit of setup. It's sliding around a fair bit, so trying to get that sorted.
Those ones that went in yesterday as favourites aren't so favourite today because the conditions have changed.
A win here has high stakes. Champions get to place the famous blue plaque on their kart for 12 months. Success also helping accelerate a career in the sport.
I enjoy meeting new friends and having a good time.
It's pretty hard, they're pretty quick, but yeah, it's good fun.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
I'll have the day's sport news later as a premiership star clears the air over his Premier League pay gripe. Why the Hurricanes' WBBL finals hopes hang by a thread despite thrashing the Renegades on Thursday. And Ferrari's home away from home turns into a nightmare. Those stories shortly, but first after the break we take a look at the day's headlines. And then the iconic Tasmanian building marking its 100th birthday. And why a Melbourne mum was singled out by pop superstar Robbie Williams.
The bowler trots in, and again, no run.
Clubbing sixes.
Into the stands he goes.
And DJ mixes. The Big Bash on 7.
It's just not cricket.
It's back. Bob Jane T-Mart's Black Tyre Sale. Get 35% off popular Yokohama tyres, Pirelli 17-inch and above, and the entire Dunlop FM 800 range. While stocks last, offer ends 26 November.
Chemist Warehouse are having a Black Friday sale. This Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Get an extra 10% off all big brands store-wide. That's right, an extra 10% off store-wide for 3 days only at Chemist Warehouse.
The huge Rebel Black Friday sale is on now. Get 30% off all full-priced clothing, buy one, get one half price on all footwear, and save on the Garmin Forerunner 255, now 379. Rebel, sport is calling.
Get ready for an epic outdoor adventure in the heart of Tasmania at the 2023 Highlands Bushfest. Fishing, hunting, camping, rural living and outdoor adventure, it's all here. Bring the family for free kids activities, awesome giveaways and live entertainment. Highlights include chainsaw art, wood chopping, reptiles, trains, bush tucker and much more. Join us on Saturday 25th and Sunday the 26th of November at Bothwell Recreation Ground. 2023 Highlands Bushfest. It's a weekend to remember.
When you see red, blue, magenta or yellow flashing lights in front of you, you must slow down to 40. This protects emergency service enforcement and roadside assistance workers. In speed zones over 80, if it's not safe to slow to 40, you must slow down as safely as you can. Know what to do when you see red, blue, magenta or yellow lights in front of you.
Reclaim your sense of amazing with Sleepy's this Black Friday. Discover Australian-made mattresses that suit your needs, all at amazing prices. Don't miss out. Visit Sleepy's today.
Harvey Norman Black Friday sale. Save $80 on the Motorola E13, now $98. Save $130 plus bonus $30 gift card on the Galaxy A04s, now $198. Plus up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. Hurry, deals end Monday.
Honda's powerful 36-volt battery garden range, a force for nature.
Truckloads more BCFing Black Friday deals have just landed. Unbox a huge range of great outdoor gear at epic prices. Catalogue out now.
That BCFing feeling is BCFing fun.
National solar rebates are reducing January 1. Don't wait and pay more. Get in early for the most popular Sunboost 6.6 kilowatt premium system. For now, still a heavily discounted $53.91. Final day November 30, no extensions.
Call 1300 Sunboost today.
It's neck and neck between the reigning champ and the rising star. Who will be champion? The Adelaide 500 today.
These are some of the stories making headlines tonight. Israel and Hamas complete their first successful prisoner swap, a truce in the war holding for now. Tasmanian tourism operators welcome news a redirected cruise ship will be docking in Hobart instead of New Zealand. Thousands of climate activists use paddle power to block Australia's largest coal port. And a new report finds a move towards retirement villages could help address our housing crisis. Hundreds have taken a trip down memory lane at the 100-year anniversary of an iconic Launceston landmark. Spinning wool and cotton for 74 years, the Coates Payton's factory was woven into the fabric of the city.
Knitting together a celebration 100 years in the making. The Door of Hope holding an open day to mark the centenary since the Coates Payton's factory opened.
My father worked here, so I used to come here and ride my push bike around in the wool store, and it was always known to me this is where Dad worked, so I was always coming up here.
For former employee Avery Hardwood, it was a chance to reunite with old colleagues and have a yarn about the days when textiles were produced out of the factory.
It's good to see some people that I haven't seen for a long time, and they're having a lot of fun too. They're catching up with their old workmates from all different departments.
And we recognise the company played a huge part in the development of the city.
Even though the factory closed in 1997, people like Avery keep the memory alive through the preservation of memorabilia. An official reception attended by Launceston Mayor Matthew Garwood chronicling the anniversary. The old front facade sign was also brought out of storage for the first time since 2003.
We had to keep them because they have a great significance to our community. So we've stored them away, and today the centenary seemed like a great opportunity to get them out.
There's actually two of those. So one from the front, one on the side, and they've still got them, so that's good. It's really great to see.
The church hopes the celebrations are the first step in immortalising the origins of a Launceston landmark. Mark Zeta, 7 Tasmania News.
It's the first step in the search for gas, but it has a devastating impact on our sea life. Now a new film is raising awareness about the effect of seismic blasting and the damage it can cause.
In the pristine waters of the Southern Ocean, a delicate ecosystem thrives. But for gas exploration companies, this patch of deep blue is fertile.
This particular proposal, it's over 2 whale sanctuaries and over 2 Commonwealth marine parks.
The proposal? Find gas. To do that, Norwegian company TGS and Australian company SLB collect data samples using seismic blasts across 45,000 square kilometres of ocean. Explosions, marine biologist Annie Ford says, that are louder than the A-bomb. Every 10 seconds for 400 days.
Every single species that we have studied in our southern seas are impacted by seismic blasting.
Enter Southern Blast, part surfing film, part education documentary.
It's actually like a 3 decibel increase is a doubling in power.
Anglers with tales of blasts past.
It was like an atomic bomb had gone off in there and just killed everything in the area.
Australian energy producers say the blasting is a decades-old practice with plenty of regulation and that it reduces the number of wells that need to be drilled. The film will screen in Bondi on December 8. Tom Saker, 7 News.
The drinking habits of mothers has long been scrutinised in studies on fetal alcohol syndrome, but new research suggests fathers may play a role. Scientists from the Centres for Disease Control and Prevention found men's drinking habits in the months prior to conception do have an impact on fetal development.
We've been finding that some women who end up with a baby with fetal alcohol syndrome deny ever drinking. 50% of our genetics is from our dads.
The syndrome is associated with stunted growth of the head and the brain. A Melbourne woman has gone viral after being singled out by Robbie Williams at his Melbourne concert for her parenting choices. The mother of two skipped her kids' Christmas concert to be there, and the British pop star didn't let it slide.
She came to let him entertain her. But Tanya Connolly ended up being the entertainment.
Are you missing your children's Christmas show? Wow, mother of the year there.
It was amazing. It was all my dreams come true.
All her plans come true too. The Melbourne mum made a sign admitting she was at the Robbie Williams concert, missing the Christmas show of her sons, Oscar and Henry.
I was like, oh, I'll just do it as a joke, and we'll just try and get to the front and see how we go. And it worked.
Better than she could ever have hoped.
Hi, Oscar and Henry. This is your Uncle Robbie.
40,000 fans roared with laughter as the 49-year-old rocker left her sons a video message.
It's my fault, and I need you to know that. I'm the world's best entertainer.
Yes, you are.
To be quite honest, the sloppy amateur stuff that you're doing tonight is just not going to cut it.
As parenting moves go, it was an unexpectedly epic win.
Initially, I think it was they were horrified that I chose Robbie over them, and now they're using it for all their friends think they're pretty cool now too.
They even got a personal invite to Robbie's next tour.
And I hope the next time I come down to Australia, you come to see me.
Nick Etchells, 7 News.
That's brilliant. 70 performers are preparing to take to the dance floor for a Grand Regency Ball at the St James Hall in Hobart tonight. The event forming part of this year's Derwent Regency Festival and sees attendees take a step back in time to the late 18th century. Participants have been busy learning traditional dances and creating formal outfits from the period.
A lot of people make their own, not everybody. Some people buy things online, some people buy things that other people have made for them.
The dancing from that era is really exciting. There are lots of really lively, intriguing dances from that era, and the music is beautiful.
Tomorrow's festivities include a garden party before the event wraps up on Monday night. Club cricketers across the country have just finished playing tonight, happy to do so without any fame or fanfare. 60-year-old Paul Compton was one of them until he reached a rare, maybe unique milestone, taking 1,000 wickets for the same Sydney club.
Stumps at any park game across Australia, this milestone worth a brew or two.
It's been a long time coming, how about that?
Paul Compton has been setting fields and rolling an arm over for half a century, recently taking wicket 1,000.
Yeah! Playing cricket's my life. Now, I'm not a fan of just constantly watching because I'd rather be out there playing.
Now 60, Paul's played his whole life for De La Salle Kingsgrove Club in Sydney South. He began before turning 10, thanks to father Keith.
I do this to honour my dad.
Wife Angela, a long-serving scorer and official. Sons Adam and Luke, long-time teammates.
When we're all together, it's just, you can't beat it. It's a family. The Kingsgrove Cricket Club, we've been going 63 odd years now, and I'm out here sweating away on a hot Saturday and loving it.
Mate, it means everything to the club. Like, when you think of De La Salle Kingsgrove, you think of Paul Compton.
1,000 club wickets may not compare to 700 test dismissals for the late, great Shane Warne, or an Ashes ton on stumps by Steve Ward.
There it is!
But this also last ball of the day, providing Paul and teammates with their beer commercial moment.
You can get it any old how.
The final wicket was the last ball, catch short and close. It's perfect. It just had to be. It was meant to be.
Yeah! Mate, it was definitely a VB moment.
May there be many more. Wickets, that is. Andrew McKinlay, 7 News.
I'll have the day's sports news after the break, with the Tigers falling agonisingly short in the Hockey One finals. And high drama in Adelaide as the Supercars series is decided by a cruel twist.
That's how you bowl. No rush, just line, length and patience.
Fierce bowlers. This is incredible. And flamethrowers. Is there a better side in cricket? The Big Bash on 7.
It's just not cricket.
Black November at Nick Scarley ends Sunday. Up to 30, 40, 50% off all floor stock and discontinued lines. Black November ends Sunday at Nick Scarley.
Reclaim your sense of amazing with Sleepy's this Black Friday. Discover Australian-made mattresses that suit your needs, all at amazing prices. Don't miss out. Visit Sleepy's today.
Chemist Warehouse are having a Black Friday sale this Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Get an extra 10% off all big brands store-wide. That's right, an extra 10% off store-wide for 3 days only at Chemist Warehouse.
Early Settlers' biggest ever Black Friday sale ends Sunday. 20 to 50% off sofas, dining, bedroom, outdoor and more. Plus 40% off desk chairs. 20 to 50% off store-wide. Ends Sunday, only at Early Settler.
Up to 30, 40, 50% off all floor stock.
Go beyond with the Tiggo 7 Pro.
Harvey Norman Black Friday sale on now. Amazing value. Get the Elise 3-seater and 2-seater leather sofa package, just $19.99. Hot Buy, just $19.99 gets you the Cavaro 7-piece extension dining suite. Hurry, deals end Monday at Harvey Norman.
Be in the know and save big on unlimited digital access with the Examiner and the Advocate's November sale. Save 50% with an annual subscription. Our latest news, digital print edition and app on the go. Special offers for a limited time. Subscribe now for maximum savings. Save 50% with an annual subscription. Subscribe to the local news you can rely on with the trusted voices of Tasmania's North and Northwest, the Examiner and the Advocate.
I want to go. 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 I want to go.
Go beyond with the Tigo 7 Pro.
Get great value hands down this Christmas at Coles. Like half price on selected box chocolates, perfect for gifting. Or Coles Irresistible Ice Cream 1 litre tub, $6.50. That's great value hands down at Coles.
Tonight's sport is proudly brought to you by Spa World, the biggest range of spas and swim spas on display. Spa World, Kings Meadows and Glenorchy.
Brodie Kostecki is the new king of supercars. What was meant to be a showdown between the first-time winner and the reigning champ was effectively over in the opening seconds of the Adelaide 500.
High speeds and high risk on the streets of Adelaide.
And a very big crush for Matt Belford.
Brodie Kostecki couldn't afford any gambles.
Kostecki, get the job done now. Yes. Yes, he can.
Snatching pole from Dave Reynolds in the top 10 shootout. A first championship inching closer for the boy from Perth and for Erebus.
We just pretend it's a normal day, normal racing. He's fine, I'm fine, everyone's fine, we smile.
The equation, simple. Finish within 20 points of his only title rival, Shane van Gisbergen, and the crown is his.
Go for part one of the Adelaide 500.
Only seconds into the opening lap, the maths no longer needed.
Oh, and in the fence! In the fence! So Will Brown and I think Shane van Gisbergen have actually made contact.
Kostecki's teammate forced into the barrier by Anton De Pasquale. Van Gisbergen unfortunate collateral, both of their races over.
Shane had nowhere to go. He's just an unwitting victim in the whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't even worked up a sweat yet. It's just one of those things.
The race reduced to a royal procession for the new Supercars king. No need to fight for positions. 6th with Cam Waters taking the win. The real prize in Brodie's hands.
I don't actually think it's really sunk in yet. Obviously, you don't want to win a championship, when your other contenders, knocked out of the race.
The champion-elect with one more race tomorrow before the party really starts. James Manton, 7 News.
And Tasmanian driver Lachlan Dalton has finished 7th in race 1 of the Dunlop 2 series at the Adelaide 500. Dalton started on the grid at 11th position and completed the race in 40 minutes and 5 seconds. He's sitting 10th in the overall driver standings. Meanwhile, it might be home to the giant Ferrari World theme park. Abu Dhabi was hardly a happy hunting ground for Carlos Sainz, who slammed into the wall at turn 3 during practice. Sainz was okay, but his car was left shredded by the impact. Nico Hulkenberg also came unstuck in a separate incident during P2. The Tassie Tigers Hockey 1 Premiership hopes are over after the men's side lost to New South Wales in their semi-final. A final quarter double put the Pride in pole position to advance to the grand final. Tassie twice reduced the margin to a single goal, Kookaburra Jeremy Haywood among the scorers. But a final quarter blitz from New South Wales sealed an emphatic 6-2 win.
There it is, and there's the goal to finish it off for New South Wales, and Tim Brands has put it away.
The Tigers will play for 3rd place tomorrow afternoon. The Hurricanes' WBBL title chances will go down to the final day of the regular season, but they'll need everything to go their way. Brisbane dealt Hobart a huge blow last night, defeating the Thunder to book their spot in the top 4. The Canes must score a big win over the top-of-the-table Adelaide and hope the Thunder lose heavily in the Sydney Derby. You can see the match on 7 Mate tomorrow from 10 a.m. Josh Dacos has revealed his disappointment in the reaction to a joke comparing AFL players to the English Premier League. While the Pies are looking to go back-to-back next season, the Tigers have brought back a club legend to help them become genuine contenders.
In the Christmas spirit, Josh Dacos' wish was granted in September.
I had an amazing high winning the flag, and it's something that you dream about as a kid.
Last week, Dacos raised eyebrows after a tongue-in-cheek comment comparing AFL player salaries to the millions on offer in the English Premier League.
It was really disappointing that, I think the joke I made got taken out of context. I should have probably read the room better, and those who know me know how grateful I am to be in the position I am.
The Pies' first to 4-year players are back from Monday, including Dacos' brother Nick. Josh will be joining them, keen to get back to work early.
You spend some time celebrating and enjoying that, but it gets straight back to work, and obviously you want to get that feeling again. So I'm sure come Monday, we'll hit the ground running.
The Tigers are still finding their identity under Adam Uze.
There's a few things that we need to iron out and make sure that we're crystal clear on. There's obviously the game style types of things that we're working through as a coaching group right now.
The new Tigers coaching group spent a week away in Sorrento on a coach's camp before the pre-season. Chris Newman laid the foundation for Richmond's modern-day dynasty as captain. He's back as an assistant, him and Uze reconnecting after their time together under Alistair Clarkson.
I learned a lot from him back from when I was at Hawthorn, and now he's a pretty smart operator.
Kate Massey, 7 News.
Thrilling the party hole crowd, Min Woo Lee is the man to beat in the final round of the Australian PGA. Lee tees off tomorrow at 17 under, boasting a 3-shot lead. Fellow Aussies Curtis Luck, Adam Scott and Lucas Herbert all within striking distance.
Failing to make the cut, no card to sign, current champ Cam Smith still got rider's cramp. In front of sold-out marquees at Royal Queensland's 17th party hole, plenty to cheer from Jason Scrivener.
Yes, go, go, go! Oh!
Overnight leader Min Woo Lee, the man to catch on moving day. 4 birdies from the West Australian in his first 9 holes.
Oh, that is something special.
Fellow West Australian Curtis Luck defied his surname, drilling long-range putts to loom at 13 under. In and out of sand, an agile Adam Scott tried to keep pace with Lee, his playing partner out to a 3-shot lead.
Bingo.
From Sydney's St Michael's course, John Lyris, unfazed playing beside Lee and Scott before his ball got wet at 15. He's 7 under. From the party hole, Queenslander Scott got a warm welcome. Lee also worked the crowd, conjuring a biking chant before getting up close with galleries on 18. Scott's best coming at the last, the 2-time champ 11 under, starting tomorrow 6 shots behind Lee, who looks untouchable. 17 under, leading by 3 shots.
A touch of class.
Andrew McKinlay, 7 News.
Australia is on the verge of breaking a 20-year Davis Cup drought through to the second final in 2 years. Alexei Popyrin cruised to victory in the opening singles match of their tie with Finland in Spain. Alex de Minaur then sealing the 2-0 win, smashing Finnish number 1 Emil Ruusuvuori in straight sets. The last Aussie team to win it, led by Leighton Hewitt in 2003.
I would just be so proud for them to hold up the cup. We get another crack at it and we'll give it a hella shake.
What we've been able to accomplish back-to-back years, I think it's pretty special. Just to show that we come together as a group, how important it is for us.
Australia will face either Italy or Serbia in Monday morning's decider. An embarrassing blunder for the Spurs in the NBA today. The most hyped rookie since LeBron James, Victor Wembanyama, was forced to change his jersey mid-game against the Warriors because his name was misspelt. The French phenomenon couldn't stop Steph Curry's side from winning 114 to 109. The Jets can't seem to do anything right in the NFL this season, and this Hail Mary against the Dolphins was no exception. Quickly dubbed a Fail Mary, Miami's Javon Holland intercepted in front of his end zone and proceeded to run in a length of the field touchdown.
And Harlan is inside the 20. Can you believe this? That is insanity.
If there's ever a play that embodies an entire season, this is it for the New York Jets.
The Jets lost 34 to 13. Well, that's all in sport. Carmen will join us after the break with the weather forecast.
The cricketers look resplendent in their pristine whites.
Oh, have a look at him!
Neon kits and circus hits.
Oh, my goodness! What sort of shot is that?
The Big Bash on 7.
It's just not cricket.
Black November at Nick Scarley ends Sunday. Up to 30, 40, 50% off all floor stock and discontinued lines. Black November ends Sunday at Nick Scarley.
Chemist Warehouse are having a Black Friday sale this Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Get an extra 10% off all big brands store-wide. That's right, an extra 10% off store-wide for 3 days only at Chemist Warehouse.
Cub Cadet, Ultima ZTS and ZTXS. Everything you love in the Ultima, now with steering wheel. Expect performance. Ultimate comfort. Ultimate control. Ultimate stability. The Ultima ZTS and ZTXS from Cub Cadet.
Harvey Norman Black Friday sale on now. Amazing value. The Australian-made Sleepmaker Walton Queen mattress with pocket coil technology a low $6.99. Contemporary stripe or textured quilt cover set, queen size from a low $49. Hurry, deals end Monday at Harvey Norman.
Was blind, but now I see.
As you can see quite well.
Every eye is an eye.
Make it their Christmas at Intersport. We have a wide range of great Christmas ideas for the family. Save time and click and collect with buy now, pay later options available. Or grab an Intersport gift card. Make it their Christmas at Intersport, the heart of sport.
Reclaim your sense of amazing with Sleepy's this Black Friday. Discover Australian-made mattresses that suit your needs, all at amazing prices. Don't miss out. Visit Sleepy's today.
Guess what's back? It's Bob Jane T-Mart's Black Tyre Sale. We've stretched this sale and we're giving you 35% off. That's right, 35% off all popular Yokohama tyres, all Pirelli 17-inch and above tyres, and the entire Dunlop FM 800 range. This sale's got your car, SUV or 4x4 covered. While stocks last, offer ends 26 November. Give us a call or shop online today. We'll look after you.
The huge Rebel Black Friday sale is on now. Get 30% off all full-priced clothing, buy one, get one half price on all footwear, and save on the Garmin Forerunner 255, now 379. Rebel, sport is calling.
Just 2 days after you quit smoking, you've reduced your risk of heart attack. 1 month, nicotine withdrawals have almost gone. 5 years, you've reduced the risk of many cancers and saved over $40,000.
Tonight's weather update is brought to you by I Want Energy, the solar experts.
Good evening. Maximum temperatures generally around 2 to 6 degrees above average in the north of the state today and 1 to 4 below average around the south. Hobart a high of 17, Launceston 24, 21 in Devonport and 20 degrees in Burnie. 25 was the high today and that was recorded on Flinders Island. Luncheon Hill 24, 23 at St Helens, King Island 21, 20 for Low Head, Strawn and the Friendly Beaches, Bushy Park 19 and 16 for Grove, Liaweenie and Maria Island. A thick cloud band is seen on the satellite sequence moving across Tasmania during the morning, with more clear skies visible during the afternoon today. Here we can see extensive cloud and thunderstorm activity over the eastern states. Thunderstorms are also over parts of northern and central Australia. Tomorrow a low pressure system will move over the Tasman Sea, directing a cooler south to southeasterly airstream over Tasmania. Several troughs are affecting the mainland. Looking to coastal waters now, south to southeasterly winds 20 to 30 knots, tending east to southeasterly 10 to 20 knots about the central north. Swells between 1 and 4 metres around the state. There is a strong wind warning for almost all coastal areas apart from the central north of the state tomorrow, including southeast inshore waters and channel. Hobart can expect some showers tomorrow and a high of 16, showers and 17 at Richmond, and 18 at Ouse with showers also. Showers in Launceston and Deloraine 19 and Devonport showers as well 20 degrees. A shower or two in Strawn tomorrow 20, 17 and showers in Burnie and a shower or two for Curry 17. St Helens a shower or two, and White Mark showers both 19, 16 and showers at Swansea. Looking ahead now to Monday, showers about the north, fine elsewhere apart from light showers about the south coast. Tuesday, isolated showers about the northwest and light showers about the east and south coasts. Showers about the east and Bass Strait Islands on Wednesday, mainly fine elsewhere. Melbourne a shower or two, 20, a mostly sunny 29 in Sydney, and Brisbane a partly cloudy 28 degrees. Right now it's 15 and cloudy in Hobart, Launceston 21 and cloudy, Devonport 19 and cloudy. A wet day ahead for most of the state tomorrow, Michael.
That'll be good. The farmers are screaming out for more. Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night. Good night.